El Centro, California. Here's the NFL Now.
I'm Kayla Burton with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Titans agreed to terms with first-round pick Treylon Burks, making him the 22nd first-rounder to put pen to paper on a rookie contract so far. The 6th wide receiver taken in the draft, Burks will be asked to take on a pretty major role in Tennessee's offense following the departure of A.J. Brown. The Bears are among a handful of teams on the field this week for voluntary OTAs. And head coach Matt Eberflus, he likes what he sees with the team's top pick in the 2022 draft, cornerback Kyler Gordon. The Bears' new head man says Gordon has been lighting it up the past few days, and he's very impressed with him. The Colts mean in addition to their running back room Tuesday, Phillip Lindsay has agreed to terms on a one-year deal there, according to his agent. Now, Lindsay joins a backfield featuring workhorse Jonathan Taylor, along with veterans Nyheim Hines and Deion Jackson. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Here at Total Wine and More, you'll find what you love and love what you find, especially our totally low prices. I'm firing up the grill for burgers and want to impress the neighbors. This bourbon has a smoky flavor that'll go great with your grill. Nice! Wow, and look at that price. Well done. I prefer medium rare. Your neighbors will love it. Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More. Pickup and delivery available at TotalWine.com. Drink responsibly, B21.
Well, it's a Wednesday, 18th day of May, 2022. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, Carroll.
We're going to get a little bit of a head start on our news today because we've got Brawley Mayor Uncle Sam Couchman, and he'll be updating us. So let's jump in with some birthdays, okay?
Right now.
Okay, actor Priscilla Pointer. She was on the TV show Dallas, is 98. Actor Candace Azara is 81. And let's see. Keyboardist Rick Wakeman of Yes, 73. Singer Mark Mothersbaugh of Devo, 72. Actor James Stevens is 71. And George Strait is 70. I think that's the size of his hat, too. 70, right? Okay, something other birthdays like today. Let's see. Actor Chow Yun-fat is 67. And singer-actor Martika is 53. Comedian Tina Fey, 52. And musician Jack Johnson, 47. Actor Alan Leach is 41. And actor Violet Bean is 26. Actor Hala Finley is 13. Are you ready for some local birthdays?
Real people. Bring the real people.
Okay, we can do that. Our local birthdays today, Jessica Garibaldi, Lisa Ann Henson, Kelly Abate, Kaylin Trujillo, Jimmy Smith, Judy Milan, Laura Valdez, Jimmy Totten, Elena Damara, Manuel Vasquez III, Robert De Leon, and Manny Hernandez, all celebrating birthdays today.
All right, happy birthday.
Okay.
If you're lucky enough to be celebrating today.
Yes. Have you been following Elon Musk and his deal to buy Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yes.
Well, Elon says a deal to buy Twitter at a lower price is not out of the question. I figure if he just waits long enough, he might be able to pick up Twitter for much cheaper at Big Lots, right?
Yeah, panic sale.
It could happen. Okay, as I said, we're going to jump into the news a little bit early. So we've got to look at World and California news headlines to begin with, and it is brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. They are your year-round comfort specialists.
California headline news. The DA in Orange County, Todd Spitzer, charging the man accused of opening fire at a Taiwanese church with 10 felony counts, the most serious charge, first-degree murder.
Lying in wait with the personal use of a firearm makes this case alone, without more, life without the possibility of parole or death.
5 were injured. 52-year-old sports medicine Dr. John Sheng was killed when Chow allegedly opened fire at a church luncheon Sunday afternoon. DNA evidence from fingernails helping solve a 34-year-old murder case. Lucille Hultgren was raped, stabbed, and strangled inside her Sacramento County home in 1988. Now DA Anne Marie Schubert says they've determined that Terry Bramble was the suspect.
Even though it's been 33 years, 11 months, and 24 days, which accounts, by the way, 12,412 days. This woman's family has lived with that for every single day.
Bramble was homeless and a registered sex offender when he died 11 years ago. Gas prices at $6.05. Jeff Scott, California News.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
CBS News special report. A former Minneapolis police officer has pleaded guilty to state charges in connection with the death of George Floyd. Reporter Steve Simpson at our affiliate, WCCO.
As part of this morning's plea deal, former cop Thomas Lane will plead guilty to aiding and abetting manslaughter, with prosecutors dropping a similar charge of unintentional murder. Former officers J. Alexander King and Toe Tao are facing state charges as well. All three have already been convicted on federal counts of violating Floyd's civil rights.
The state is recommending a sentence of 3 years for Lane. That is below sentencing guidelines. The state's also agreed to allow him to serve the time in a federal prison, though he hasn't yet been sentenced in the federal case. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, who prosecuted the state's case, says Lane has accepted responsibility for his role in George Floyd's death, which touched off nationwide Black Lives Matter protests. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
And World and California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For air conditioning and sheet metal needs, call Lock Air Conditioning today.
My name is George Marquez. I'm a candidate for district attorney. I was raised in Imperial County, and I'm a product of our local public school system. I believe in protecting our families by aggressively prosecuting dangerous criminals. I believe in forging strong relationships with law enforcement to further our interest of law, order, and justice. I believe in building bridges to the entire community so that everyone has a voice. Please vote George Marquez on June 7th for Imperial Valley District Attorney. You can also follow me on my Facebook page at George Marquez for District Attorney 2022.
Paid for by committee to elect George Marquez for District Attorney.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Taking a look at the latest in local news, a visit with the mayor of Brawley, Sam Couchman.
Initially, we had a public appearance by the developer that's developing Malin and Victoria Park, and they were talking about their final update and some of the delivered improvement plans that they've made. And they continue to encourage our staff to work with them on a timely basis, and we encourage staff to also do that, and we will see how they develop as they move along with that project. We had a consent agenda, which we did approve, the second reading, establishing installation of a 4-way stop signs at 1st Street and 7th Street by A Street, okay? And we also had a city manager report, and then we went to regular business. We approved the purchase of outer vest carriers for police officers, presented by our police chief, Mr. Chief Duran, and that was a total of $15,744, and it came from a grant. And that's to encourage the officers to wear. They will be required to wear the outer vest carriers, and that will hopefully improve, make it less less back injuries, and improve their ability to carry equipment. Discussion and potential action, we approved the waste treatment plant valve and actuator replacement, and we authorized the city manager to execute that document. And that came from Guillermo Cias, our public works director, and that's at a cost of $77,861. And that's kind of a proactive thing for us to do because we have a company working on the wastewater treatment plant, and they're able to do that. And so we felt those needed to be replaced, and so we took that action. Review and potential action, we approved a 12-month extension of the purchase of chemical products for a water treatment plant, and that's with the current contract that we have. So we approved a 12-month extension with a slight, reasonable increase in cost for those pool products and water treatment products. Okay, we did review and approve a service agreement with Jade Security Systems to purchase and install a keyless entry card system for the city of Brawley. This will be installed on 41 doors at a cost of $92,167, plus there will be a yearly fee for that service, but that will bring us into the 21st century in regards to door entries, and also allow us to record who's coming in and out at different times and who it is that's coming in has access to the facility. We also approved a resolution appointing a qualified elector to serve as our deputy city clerk, where our city clerk is currently off duty, and our deputy city clerk is retiring. So we did appoint William Spearden, the city attorney, as able to sign off on documents. We had a study session on our 2022-23 preliminary budget, and that was for the non-general fund, or the restricted fund areas. And it was a good report, and we were able to give her direction, and we'll be doing a workshop on Saturday, June the 4th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the city for the public's input. And then we will be looking at that in June to approve that budget. We had informational reports on a record of building permits for the city of Brawley. That was prepared by Oscar Escalante, our interim building official. We had our city council member report, our city attorney report, and I also reported that we have had the Marines doing some practice around the town, and we do encourage that within limits, and we feel that that's an appropriate thing for us to do, considering those young men and women are currently at risk in the military, and they need all the training that they require, and we're happy to help them with that. We did have a closed session after that, and we discussed the vertical bridge development lawsuit related to the communications tower, and that's still going to court and should have a court date of May 31st, and that is costing us the money in legal fees. And I think people in the city of Brawley need to be aware that we are defending our position on that communications tower, and that's the latest development that we have there. And we also had one other legal case discussed during closed session, and then we did adjourn.
KXO News Time, 7:41.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers are here for you. Lube, oil, and filter change, alignments, brakes, batteries, tune-ups, and so much more. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. And now, Quick Lane has 3 locations in the Valley. In the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, at El Centro Motors, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall. Quick Lane, ready to serve.
In other local news, the number of active COVID-19 cases in Imperial County has grown. According to the Imperial County Public Health Department, as of yesterday, May 17th, there are 201 active cases of the virus. That's an increase from the 115 active cases reported last Thursday. The number of deaths attributed to the virus remains at 914. El Centro Regional Medical Center will host a vaccination clinic for 12 years and up this Saturday from 10:30 a.m. till noon at the Imperial Valley Mall. First and second doses, as well as first and second boosters, will be available. Walk-ins are welcome, or you may make an appointment by calling 760-482-5000. That will conclude this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the valley, in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, at the Imperial Valley Mall, and at El Centro Motors. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
I love my Charmin Super Mega Golden Gold, yeah. Gold lasts long, it's keep me gold, yeah. Charmin's got 6 rows in one, lasts forever on my buns. Only super mega when I'm cleaning. Charmin's got my booty believing.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is 6 regular rolls in one. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
The more we learn about COVID-19, the more questions we have. The biggest question now, what's next? What will COVID bring in 6 months? A year? If you're feeling anxious about the future, you're not alone. Cal Hope offers free COVID-19 emotional support. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
It's page 2 of the local news. Page 2 with a look at the weather is all brought to you by the Town Pump in Westmoreland. Open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30, and by Brownie's Diner in Brawley, open every day 7 a.m. till 3 p.m.
An 89-year-old man was fatally injured after being struck by a hit-and-run vehicle. El Centro police responded to Lotus and Ross Avenues at about 7:10 p.m. Monday evening after receiving reports of a vehicle versus pedestrian accident. According to witnesses, after striking the victim, the vehicle fled northbound on Lotus Avenue. Witnesses described the vehicle as a gray Nissan SUV, possibly a Rogue. Witnesses in the area also provided investigating officers surveillance video and cell phone photographs of the suspected vehicle. The victim, an 89-year-old Joe Puga of El Centro, was transported to El Centro Regional Medical Center, where he was succumbed to his injuries. At about 1 a.m. Tuesday morning, California Highway Patrol notified El Centro police that they had located the suspect vehicle, a gray-colored Nissan Rogue abandoned in a rural area of the county. El Centro Police Department officers were able to locate the vehicle's driver, 25-year-old Joey Keck of El Centro. After Keck was interviewed, he was booked at Imperial County Jail on charges of hit-and-run driving, resulting in death or serious injury to another person. Some AT&T cellular customers have reported service issues. According to Internet reports, the AT&T outages occurred Tuesday, apparently affected cellular service as well as Internet connections. The problems appear to be mostly in the El Centro area. Well, Imperial Valley College will host a food distribution today. The monthly distribution is coordinated with the Imperial Valley Food Bank, and it's open to everyone. The event will run from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in parking lot K on the IVC campus. If you go, you are advised to follow social distancing and wear a mask. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
When you're ready for great home-style cooking, there are 2 locations for the best in the Imperial Valley. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., featuring delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including menudo, liver and onions, and meatloaf. The Town Pump in Westmoreland is open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., specializing in delicious prime ribs, steaks, chicken, salmon, and lobster. So for a great dining experience, visit Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley, and the Town Pump in Westmoreland.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says Temperatures will continue to steadily cool the remainder of the week as a series of weak weather disturbances pass near the area. However, afternoon highs will still remain somewhat above average. Temperatures should warm again early next week. Dry westerly flow will also persist this week with somewhat enhanced breeziness Friday afternoon as a more defined weather system passes by to the north. 102 the high yesterday, 66 the low. Sunny today with a high near 99. Southeast wind about 5 miles an hour becoming north-northeast. Clear tonight with a low around 68. South wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Thursday, sunny with a high near 101. Southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. 73 degrees downtown El Centro, 55% relative humidity. Wind out of the south-southeast at 325 miles an hour. And in case you're wondering about a border wait, it's an hour downtown, 25 minutes entry, 20 minutes at the pedestrian gate. Eastport, 30 minutes, 10 minutes entry, 20 minutes ready lane, 20 minutes at Andrade. Page 2 of the local news and the weather, all brought to you by Brownie's Diner in Brawley, open every day, and by the Town Pump in Westmoreland, Imperial Valley's fine dining experience.
Golden State Extracts, CBD, is the first fully licensed GMP certified hemp processor in California making CBD. Everything is done right here in the Imperial Valley, from growing to processing and manufacturing. Our products derived from hemp are a natural form of pain relief to help you with your aches and pains, help you sleep better, and lower your stress with our specially formulated tinctures, pain creams, and gummies. Best of all, you can visit Golden State Extracts CBD locally at their Imperial location, 520 West Ayton Road. For more information and benefits of CBD, visit them on the web at goldenstateextracts.com or call 760-355-9134. That's 355-9134.
And it's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the very best care. And in the news, the unions for the United States men's and women's national soccer teams have ratified new collective bargaining agreements with U.S. Soccer that include an equal split of World Cup bonuses, the Federation and the two unions announced yesterday. The two CBAs will go into effect on June 1st and will last until the end of 2028. The U.S. National Soccer Team Players Association, which represented the men's players, had been operating without a CBA since the end of 2018. The deal for the U.S. Women's National Team Players Association expired at the end of 2021, though it had been extended. NBA action. Well, the Heat beat up on the Celtics, 118-107. Celtics with a 9-point lead at the halftime, just couldn't hold on. The Heat outscored the Celtics 39-14 in the third quarter. There you go, game gone. Coming up today, the Mavericks and the Warriors as, the NBA playoffs last forever. And Tiger Woods will be paired with Jordan Spieth, Rory McIlroy, for the first two rounds of the PGA Championship. Tiger playing in the PGA Tour after nearly 17 months following an accident that injured his right leg. KXO Sports Time is 7:52.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Let's tour Major League Baseball. And we can start off with the Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks 7-6 in game one of a doubleheader, came back in the nightcap and pounded the D-backs 12-3. Meanwhile, the White Sox and the Royals had a twin bill. White Sox shut out the Royals 3-0 in the opener. The Royals came back and nipped the White Sox 2-1 in the nightcap. The Mets over the Cardinals 3-1. The Reds went 10 innings before defeating the Guardians 5-4. Rays topped the Tigers 8-1. Marlins over the Nationals 5-1. Cardinals nipped the Mets 4-3. Yankees edged the Orioles 5-4. Blue Jays blanked the Mariners 3-0. Astros beat up on the Red Sox 13-4. Braves out the Brewers 3-0. Cubs shut out the Pirates 7-0. Rangers over the Angels 10-5. Giants beat the Rockies 10-7. Athletics topped the Twins 5-2. And the Padres. Mike Clevenger's start. Padres beat the Phillies 3-0. Meanwhile, talk about a bad day. Boston Red Sox starter Nathan Eovaldi became the third pitcher in Major League history to allow 5 home runs in one inning. In his start against the Houston Astros, Eovaldi lasted just 1 2/3 inning, allowing 8 hits and 6 earned runs while striking out none. In the second inning, after working a 3-up, 3-down first, Eovaldi allowed homers to Yuli Gurriel, Michael Brantley, Jeremy Pena, Kyle Tucker, and Yordan Alvarez as Houston raced to a 9-1 lead amid boos from the Boston faithful. Of course, they boo. And Matt Harvey, the veteran starting pitcher who has struggled to replicate his early career stardom with the New York Mets, was handed a 60-game suspension on Tuesday for distributing a prohibited drug of abuse and thus violating Major League Baseball's drug policy. That's it. Sports time. We're done. It's been brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Target's earnings didn't hit the mark. Far from it. The retail giant reported a stunning 52% drop in profit for the first quarter, badly missing Wall Street forecasts. The company blamed higher expenses due to continued supply chain disruptions. Consumers also are holding back on non-essential purchases because of rampant inflation. Shares of Target plunged nearly 25% in early trading on the news, potentially setting up the stock for its worst day since 1987. Walgreens, Walmart, Lowe's also show drops in profit and all contribute to a big drop in Dow prices. Meanwhile, the European Union has unveiled a 210 billion euro plan to wean itself off Russian oil and gas, presenting its Repower EU plan on Wednesday. The European Commission said it would attempt to slash consumption of Russian gas across the bloc by 66% by the end of the year and break its dependence completely before 2027 by saving energy, finding alternate sources, and speeding up the transition to renewables. Right now, the Dow off 541 points. The S&P 500 down 77. The NASDAQ off 231 points. Gold down $8.70 an ounce, and oil is down 62 cents a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
We will have sunny skies today with a high near 99, southeast wind about 5 miles an hour becoming north-northeast. Tonight, clear with a low around 68, south wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Thursday will be sunny with a high near 101, southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. And we're looking at 74 degrees, 53% relative humidity, wind out of the south-southeast at 3 to 5 miles per hour. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
They have great weekday specials.
I like the friendly environment, the friendly staff, the cold beer, and the best wings in town.
Burgers and Beer. What I like about Burgers and Beer, the menu. Everything on the menu is great. I'm working my way through the menu. My favorite thing right now is the grilled tuna chipotle sandwich. That's what I had yesterday, and it was delicious.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
This is home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. New developments in the prosecution stemming from the George Floyd killing nearly 2 years ago in Minneapolis. In exchange for Thomas Lane's guilty plea of aiding and abetting manslaughter, state prosecutors have agreed to drop a similar charge dealing with second-degree murder. 2 other officers on the scene the day George Floyd was killed by Derek Chauvin, J. Alexander King, and Toe Tao, are scheduled to go on trial in June. King, Tao, and Lane were all convicted in federal court of violating Floyd's civil rights. Chauvin is serving a 22.5-year state sentence for murder. In a statement, Attorney General Keith Ellison says he's pleased that Lane has taken responsibility for his role in Floyd's death. Steve Simpson for CBS News, Minneapolis.
The top American women's soccer players have finally reached their goal, equal pay with the men on national teams, ending a years-long struggle. Cindy Parlow-Cohn is president of the U.S. Soccer Federation.
The equalization of prize money for a men's and women's World Cup, I think is just going to be a historic moment, and hopefully it will create change throughout the world.
The newly worked-out deal runs through 2028. Now to Pennsylvania, where the Republican Senate primary is still too close to call. TV's Dr. Mehmet Oz has a razor-thin lead.
When all the votes are tallied, I am confident we will win.
Dr. Oz has Donald Trump's support. So did the Republican who won the primary for governor in Pennsylvania. In North Carolina, GOP Congressman Madison Cawthorn lost his primary battle. Political scientist Larry Sabato on the Trump factor.
I don't think Trump has been significantly weakened by any of the results. I don't think he's been strengthened either. He's about where he was, which is if he wants to run, the front runner for the Republican nomination in 2024 for president.
A Russian soldier facing the first war crimes trial since the start of the invasion has pleaded guilty to charges of killing a Ukrainian civilian. CBS's Deborah Patta has more on the situation now in eastern Ukraine.
After more than 2 months of fierce fighting, Russia has been pushed back to the border. The bloody battle scars litter the roads. In Velhivka, Elena Verbitskaya shows me the shrapnel she found in her garden after Russian troops retreated. But not far enough. We heard the sounds of war throughout our interview.
But you have no electricity.
That sound, that's constant, right? It's stressful, she says, on a whole other level.
With Russia considered more of a threat in Europe, NATO says Finland and Sweden have formally applied for membership. Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 562. CBS News.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Trade pros. Whether you specialize in service or new construction, Ferguson knows firsthand how much work goes into a long day on the job, which is why we're committed to offering the products and solutions to get every job done right. With over 1,000 locations, an unmatched selection of specialty products, tools, and supplies, our pro pickup and same or next day delivery, you can trust that doing business with Ferguson will be the easiest part of your hard day's work. Visit Ferguson.com to find a counter location near you.
Here's something so soda doesn't lose its fizz.
Make you frustrated when you want to save some soda for later but can't find the cap? Coke to the rescue. The company is unveiling new packaging that keeps the plastic lids tethered to bottles so you don't lose them after you open them. The new design will also have an environmental impact. Coca-Cola points out recyclable plastic bottle caps are often thrown out with regular trash or end up littering the ground somewhere. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
A global talent search is underway as Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey looks to bring back what it is called the greatest show on earth. The plan is for an interactive live show to launch in September of 2023. No animal acts. The circus ended its long run 5 years ago after customers complained and animal rights activists sued. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you're on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead with those minimum payments? You feel like there is no way out? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months instead of decades. Get off the debt treadmill and stop the harassment. Get free of credit card debt, signature loans, department store cards, internet loans, and medical bills. Call now at 800-533-6605 for free information. For about 10 years, Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Get off the endless cycle without having to declare bankruptcy. You'll have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 800-533-6605. That's 800-533-6605.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Present to you with this year's Choice YouTuber Award,
Carroll Buckley.
Prepare to get rocked.
That was unbelievable. AM 1230 KXO. 1230 KXO.